Hey, good morning, New Life Church. It's good to be with you guys this morning as we are wrapping up the book of Matthew, both on the weekends and in these daily devos. I'm excited, though, about sharing with you this passage out of Matthew chapter 20. Just to give you a little bit of context before we dive into it, this is one of those passages that is happening when Jesus is in Jerusalem. He's been doing ministry. It's toward the latter end of his ministry. He's with his disciples, but also a huge crowd. Okay, but what I love about the Gospels is that we have these moments where Jesus is doing ministry. We're getting these big sermons, these big awesome miracles. But then also we have these moments where Jesus kind of goes away and he either explains something that he just said to everybody, to his disciples, or we just see these cool, intimate moments with him and the people that he loves most. And this story that I want to share with you is the latter of those. Okay, it's a moment that he is having with actually his disciples and one of their moms. Okay, it's a cool, unique look into this. I want to start in verse 20 when it says that then the mother of Zebedee's sons approached him with her sons, and she knelt down to ask him for something. "What do you want?" he asked her. "Promise," she said to him, "that these two sons of mine may sit, one on your right and the other on your left in your kingdom." Jesus answered, "You don't know what you are asking. Are you able to drink the cup that I'm about to drink?" If you've got your Bible, go ahead and underline that sentence or that question right there when it says, "Are you able to drink the cup that I'm about to drink?" We're going to come back to that. So we are able. So he told them, "We will, or you will indeed drink my cup. But to sit at my right and my left is not mine to give. Instead, it is for those whom it has been prepared for by my Father." And when the 10 disciples heard this, they became indignant with the two brothers. Jesus called them over and he said, "You know that the rulers of the Gentiles lord it over them, and that those in high positions and as tyrants act as tyrants over them. It must not be like that among you. On the contrary, whoever wants to become great among you must be your servant. And whoever wants to be first among you must be your slave. Just as the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many." Okay, I want to point out two things to you real quick this morning. The first one is what I asked you to underline just a second ago, okay? And that is, are you able to drink that question from the cup that I am about to drink? Look, we know now that what Jesus was talking about to the disciples at this moment, to these two men specifically, was that he was about to be persecuted. He was about to go to the cross. And he knew that they were going to have the same suffering when it comes to if they followed him. If they really wanted to follow the Son of God, there was going to be pain involved in that. Not the most encouraging moment, but I think it's important for us to recognize that Jesus understands that there's a price to pay when it comes to following him. And in the world that you and I live in today, very much it's about comfort and whatever makes us happy. And I think that sometimes we get that confused with our Christianity and our beliefs, because this isn't really what Jesus is promising us will happen. Like, in order for us to be close to him, in order for us to have a relationship with him, there's going to be uncomfort. There's going to be suffering. My question to you this morning would be, are you ready and committed to experience that and still follow him? Look, we see throughout the Bible that there was disciples who said that they would commit to him, like James and John right here, but also we saw Peter just a few days later, who said, "Jesus, I'm yours, I will not deny you," and then denies him, who wasn't ready for it. Where are you when it comes to your commitment level to the things of God? Do you need to settle this? Like when you say, "God, I am yours, I'm committed to you. Jesus, you are the Lord of my life." Is that the Lord of your life in comfort or in every season? Let's be settled with that. Okay, the second thing that I want to point out to you is a little bit different. And that is Jesus addressing something that I think that we as Christians get wrong sometimes. Okay, so there's like this moment where this mom brings James and John in front of Jesus, and ask them to be elevated to the right hand of the throne of God, okay, or to his left and right, all right? And Jesus does not condemn this moment. I think that sometimes we know that God is asking us to be humble, okay, and to serve the people around us, but we sometimes we forget that Jesus is okay with us desiring to be exalted, okay, us desiring to be great. Here's the challenge that Jesus gave, though, that I think is important for us to recognize this morning, and that is that we are not exalted, we are not made great the same way that the world is. The world is made great by stepping on others, putting other people down to exalt ourselves, and Jesus says that's not how we're going to do it. Instead, for us, what we must do is we must serve the people that are around us, love the people that are around us. And when we get that right, then we can be exalted. So church, I've got two things for you to think about and pray about this morning. And that is, are you committed to Christ? Like, are you James and John saying, God, I'm committed to you? Are you Peter, who said, hey, I'm committed to you? But maybe when the going gets tough, you've abandoned him and you've denied him. Maybe you feel condemned about that and you need to have that conversation with him. You need to be forgiven like Peter was. But let's be settled. Let's be an army for God. Let's be ready to respond whenever he calls. And the second thing is, church, let's not be weak. Let's not be meek. Let's be a group of people who are humble, ready to serve one another, but our ultimate desire is to get as close to the Father as we possibly can. Like, our faith in him and who he is and what he's done for our life is so undeniable that people can't help but notice it. My question for you this morning is, which one of these things do you need to work on? Is there anything that you need to be a little bit better at? Is there somebody that you need to encourage this morning, that you need to serve, that you've been putting down a little bit, and instead you need to be like Jesus? Church, I love you guys. I'm so thankful that I get to do ministry with all of you. And I hope that you're having a great morning. Let's go kill it.